Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, your favorite tarot reader, and in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what really got them in their head about you. I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with the psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable. Phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no-risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code Siren at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that'd be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals. But that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. Getting back to your pile selection and reading, for pile 1, we have Carnelian with the Ace of Wands. For pile 2, we have Chrysocolla with the Two of Cups. And for pile 3, we have the Fairy Crystal with the Five of Swords reverse. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Keep this person in mind while you're picking and see which one you're most drawn to. So once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. And if you're still struggling to pick a pile, then you can pause the video and I will see you there when you're ready. Hi pile 1, if you chose the Carnelian crystal with the Ace of Wands, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what's really got them in their head about you for the person on your mind. So please be aware that this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then you can find all my details in the description box below. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards. You can keep this person in mind while I shuffle. It just helps me get their energy specifically for you. So I do see them having deep thoughts about you, having thoughts that kind of just make them continue thinking. Because I'm seeing an image or a vision of them in my mind's eye. And for a lot of you, I'm picking up on a masculine energy. Doesn't have to be. But I'm just picking up on the majority energy. And I just see this person like thinking very deeply. But we'll see what these thoughts are about. So, Spirit Guides of Pile 1. What's really got them in their head about Pile 1? The person on their mind. What's really got them in their head about Pile 1? So there's a spark that you guys have. Intense chemistry and passion here. 7 of Cups, the Fool. Intense desire too. As well as loneliness from them. Most of you are asking about a connection with a high level of attraction with the Ace of Wands. And if it's not romantic or if the connection is not sexual in any type of way, then this could just be a strong desire and excitement to be around each other. So maybe they're thinking about the next time they get to see you. Excitement about the future, about what they want here with you. So 6 of Pentacles reversed, the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Wands. They don't know if you trust them or not. That's what's really got them in their head about you. Because they're questioning whether you see them as genuine or not. They overthink a lot about how you see them and your perception of them. And they're hoping you don't see them in a negative light. We have the King of Cups showing up reverse at the back of the deck. So this person is definitely overwhelmed by the intense desire and excitement when it comes to you. There is a strong sexual or creative spark, and it haunts their thoughts, my Pile 1s. They may fantasize frequently about you. I do see some lustful thoughts here, but they don't want you to think that this is just about lust. I do think that like when they think about you and when they're in their head a lot, they often think about like the way you look physically and their attraction for you. But I don't think that's just what they think about. So they don't want to give you the wrong message. There's a frustration around not knowing how to act on the spark or the feelings of passion and the chemistry they have with you. They're not sure if they can act on it or not. So maybe for some of you, you're in a new connection, or this is like the start of something new where you're still in those beginning phases where you're not like fully intimate yet and you're not fully like affectionate with each other yet. So is that weird level of I don't know what you're comfortable with yet. I don't know if I can lean in for a kiss. I don't know if I can hold your hand yet. There's that kind of feeling of them thinking about maybe the physical intimacy that's yet to come. But again, it's not about just lust for them. It's about really wanting to feel that physical connection with you. Maybe there's someone that really enjoys physical affection, like hugs, kisses, cuddles, things like that. I feel like they crave that affection from you. So maybe they have a physical touch love language. They're stuck in their head replaying what could be moments, and they fear it might be all in their head. They wonder if you feel the same attraction towards them that they feel for you. And they wonder if you have other options. So the thing is, because you're so attractive, my Pile 1s, they wonder if there are other people trying to maybe get your attention. They don't want to compete for your attention and end up disappointed or end up being a second option. And I think that's a fear of theirs. So because you're so attractive and hot to this person, they question how many people are really around you. It's almost like they know maybe they don't think you're necessarily entertaining anybody. That's not what they think. But they think that you're just so beautiful or so hot or so handsome that there's no way that nobody is trying to pursue you. You get what I mean? So they're afraid of competition, and they're afraid that maybe they won't be good enough, or that maybe you'll find someone better. So there are fears of that really get them stuck in their head, wondering, is it only them, or, are there other people that you're seeing? They don't know whether they should put all their eggs in one basket and just take a risk with you and just trust in the process, or whether they should keep their options open. Not that they want to keep their options open. Don't hear me wrong. Don't misread my words, but what I'm saying here is they don't want to explore their options. That's not what I feel from them, but they're questioning if you're doing that. And because they're questioning if you're doing that, now they're thinking, oh, do I need to do that? Not that they want to do it, but I hope you get what I mean. And I don't think they will, at least I hope not. But I feel like they want to build the connection based on a solid foundation of trust. And in order to get there, they have to get to know you and trust the process, and slowly allow themselves to fall for you, and slowly allow themselves to experience the excitement, adventure, that exciting feeling of falling in love, and like life has just become so colorful, like there's this new beginning, there's a bounce in your step. They just feel really happy and lighthearted around you. They feel like making jokes with you. They just feel very free around you, and they may think about that feeling you bring them whenever you're near each other. There's this feeling here of, I'd like to travel with you, or go on a trip with you, or just be adventurous with you in some way, shape, or form. And again, you just make this person feel lighthearted and carefree. So they're definitely thinking about those feelings you bring them, my pal ones. This connection may have started suddenly or with intense energy that fizzled or got blocked for some of you. Whereas for some of you, you're still in the newer stages of the connection of getting to know each other and falling for each other. They see you as a muse or a source of inspiration, and you likely bring out parts of themselves that they have buried. But there's also a sense of unresolved tension, something between the two of you that never fully played out or climaxed. This person doesn't want you to think that they're selfish. They have been pulling back a little bit because they're afraid to give their all. And maybe they want to take things a little bit slower, because it's almost like they think that if they get caught up in the passion and the chemistry in the moment, they don't want to rush things. They don't want to rush into a relationship and maybe make foolish decisions, right? They're going about this in a lighthearted way. I don't feel like they're serious yet about this connection. Not because they don't want to, but because they want to take their time getting to know you and not make empty promises to you, or just jump the bandwagon and rush things. They also don't want to disappoint you or get disappointed. So there's this feeling here of, I'm holding back not because I don't like you, but because I want to take things slow and slowly build the connection, rather than rush into it and fall and hurt myself. You know what I mean? So this person is being mature and responsible about things. They want things to change in your connection, but they're not sure where you stand, or even if you feel the same about them. They're not sure if this passion that's felt and this chemistry that's felt is just on their side, or if it's on your side too. And they're afraid of this being a one-sided connection. So I think they're afraid of giving their all because of that. They may also have some kind of internal conflict playing out within their mind with the Five of Wands. This feeling of, should I do this or should I not? So one part of them wants to do a certain something and another part of them wants to not. So that could be like one part of them wanting to trust, another part of them being fearful of trusting. That could be one part of them wanting to send you a text message, the other part of them being like, no, I shouldn't. whatever it is, there's some kind of internal conflict here. Just take it how it resonates for your situation, but that's what I see there. This person feels this flood of emotions coming to the surface every time they think about you. And they're stuck on whether they should tell you about these feelings or not. Because as I feel this flood of emotions coming through me, I'm feeling this energy within my throat chakra as if I want to keep it all inside and not tell you yet. There are deeper feelings here that this person is pondering on and processing, or even just, I want to say, intellectualizing. It's like they're trying to understand what they're feeling in the moment for you because it's so overwhelming. So they're almost trying to like feel into their feelings and think about what they're feeling to understand what they're feeling so that they know what they feel for you. It's almost like they need to find clarity on what they feel. Does that make sense? But they think that they are beginning to get ready to open up about these things. They're just not fully ready yet to tell you about their thoughts and feelings. They want you to see them as hot and sexy, the same way they do with you. And they hope you see them as attractive. So what they want to reveal about their thoughts. They can't stop imagining the both of you together. They want to explore this fully, but they're afraid that you might think this is just lust. And they're afraid that they might be jumping the gun, almost like rushing things with you or feeling things too fast. They may hide how intimidated they are by your passion or presence, but they also fear being rejected if they admit how deeply they're affected by this chemistry that you guys have. So zodiac signs I see here, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, strong Scorpio, Mars energy. Sagittarius is coming up strongly. I'm hearing Libra, Cancer. I feel Capricorn energy as well as Gemini. I'm also getting a message that they think about you everywhere, no matter what they're doing, in the shower, in the car, at work, school, whatever, like wherever they are, you're constantly on their mind. I'm now seeing the Libra symbol in my mind's eye, so Libra's coming up prominently. I'm also seeing them send you a letter or an email or some kind of communication. Because what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is a memory from school. You know when you're in class and someone writes you a note and they throw you that note? That's what I'm seeing. So that's why I'm saying communication. And as I say this now, I'm hearing a strong ringing in my right ear. So confirmation. I'm seeing the initials I, M, C, X, O, U, N, J, A, T, and R. So that is all I have for you, my pal ones. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of this reading down in the comments below. And I can't wait to see you next time. Hi, pal 2. If you chose the Chrysocolla crystal with the Two of Cups card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what's really got them in their head about you for the person on your mind. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then you can find all my details in the description box below. So with your card being the Two of Cups and this rainbow energy, I find it funny that as I tap into the energy, everything is literally becoming more colorful. And I just finished pile 1 a minute ago. I didn't feel this sensation. So I'm someone that can see auras, energies. And when I tap into this energy here of their feelings and their thoughts, everything around me, in my surroundings, in my room, is becoming more colorful. I know this is going to sound crazy, but as someone that can see energies and auras, you know, sometimes I'll pick up on energies like this, but it's like I'm looking at the cupboard in front of me and it's just like colorful It feels like I'm tripping in some way, but I'm completely sober. So maybe you almost make this person feel high off life. You make this person feel like their life has become more colorful, more radiant in some way, like you've brought some kind of color into their life. There's no other way to describe that. So it's quite interesting that it's coming through to me like that with all my senses. And like with the card here, it's a huge synchronicity, like with the imagery on the card. So Spirit Guides of Pile 2. So you can keep this person in mind while I shuffle. It just helps me connect to their energy when you set the intention. So Spirit Guides of Pile 2, please tap me into this person on their mind. What has really got them in their head about Pile 2? They fear losing you. And for those that are in like some kind of separation, breakup energy, which I don't feel for everybody, I heard I never got over you, or I never truly got over you. But I don't feel like that's for everyone. I feel like some here in this pile are still with this person romantically. So we have the Five of Wands. Either they fear losing you or they feel like they've lost you. Okay, the World reverse. I'm hearing that song. I think it's Kylie Minogue, if I'm not mistaken, but this song is like from such a long time ago. It's like, I'm spinning around, something like that. And she's like, get out of my head, something like that. So maybe you almost make this person feel dizzy, like they're spinning around in some way, like, I don't know how else to explain that, but that's what I'm seeing. So Five of Wands, the World reverse, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords reverse, Strength reverse, and Judgment at the back of the deck. This person feels stupid because of how much they like you. It's almost like they feel like a fool for you in some way. They feel like their love for you is their biggest weakness. But this isn't coming through as a negative thing. They've accepted this about themselves. And they can be vulnerable about these feelings that they have for you, with Strength showing up reverse. It doesn't seem like they're in this mode of trying to protect themselves or protect their hearts or guard themselves. They want to open up to you fully. Yes, maybe if they were feeling this for someone that maybe didn't treat them well, or made them feel like a second option, or made them feel unimportant, then yes, it would make them spiral. But because your love is healthy, it's something they can accept and deal with, not in a negative way. There's a feeling here of them smiling when they think that in their mind. Like, I can accept this with positivity. I enjoy this feeling of almost being so in love for you that I feel like I'm a fool, or like a clown, or I don't know, like there's just this really lovey-dovey feeling that this person can't control. And sometimes they feel like their biggest weakness is how much they love, if that makes sense. So they're hoping that this doesn't turn into a negative thing. But I think they trust you to the point where they see it as a positive thing that you have such a positive effect on them in their life. They feel that this connection and this feeling is mutual. You make them feel more level-headed. You make them feel more like themselves around you. And the thought of that really gets them in their head about you. There's some kind of like soulmate-y energy in this pile, or soul connection energy. What has got them in their head is the depth of this emotional connection. This isn't a casual connection. They may feel like you're mirroring parts of themselves, and it terrifies them because it feels like they could lose themselves in you. Pile 2. You've brought some kind of awakening their way spiritually. So this may even be like a twin flame connection for some of you. I don't want to just like throw that word around, but let me just say this is a soul connection. Because I feel like it's maybe not going to resonate with everybody. Only if that label feels right to you. So this could be a deep emotional bond. it possibly started as a friendship, or there was some kind of instant emotional comfort type of feeling. Like you guys just clicked instantly. If there was a separation for some of you, they could be dwelling on what went wrong, blaming themselves. And I said that I never truly got over you before the World card even came out, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I heard it before then. I don't know if I said it before then, technically, but the World Reverse card can talk about someone being unable to move on and let go. So I feel like this is confirmation that it's showing up through the cards. Maybe they are blaming themselves in some way. For some, they believe you know how they feel but choose to not respond. Whenever you guys have issues with each other, okay, back to the previous message, sorry. Another message came through. There's something about them feeling like they could never get over you, or they would never want to lose you if you're still in their life. Like they would never be able to get over you if you guys were to break up, which they don't want to happen, but that's how they feel. You make them feel on top of the world. And when you guys have issues with each other, fights, arguments, conflicts, or drama, it really gets into this person's head. Every time you guys have a conflict or a fight, this person fears the worst possible outcome. They fear you guys breaking up or separating. Like every time an issue comes up in the relationship, their fear of abandonment gets kind of triggered in some way. And whenever you guys are going through those issues, they can't get that issue off their head. They ruminate on it until they find a solution to it, which can be a negative thing if we're having these kind of obsessive ruminating type of thoughts. But it can also be a good thing because maybe it helps them find that solution. So there's two sides of the energy there. It can be a pro or a con depending on how we look at it. This person feels like they don't need to rush this connection with you. Like you guys have your whole lives ahead of you. They don't want to chase either, and they don't want you to chase either. They kind of just feel like you bring a lot of peace into their life and a lot of harmony into their life where there's no need to chase. It's like we just meet each other genuinely. Our connection's not forced. It's not forced to look or be a certain way through means that are not necessarily genuine. You guys have built some kind of strong, solid foundation in your relationship of respect, admiration, and truth. And so because of that, there's this feeling here of I don't need to rush, or I don't need to do this to get you to like me. They kind of just feel secure within this relationship. Like they don't need to prove anything to you or chase, and you don't need to either. It's just a genuine connection where we enjoy being around each other. And because we enjoy being around each other, we continue to spend time around each other. But for those that are in separation, maybe they are considering reconciliation with you, commitment, or even healing old wounds between the two of you because they can't let you go. They want to get vulnerable and deep with you. They want you to see all their scars, the bad and good sides of them, and they want you to be able to accept them as they are. So what they want to reveal to you is that they feel like you were made to meet, and it scares them how easily they see a future with you. For some of you, I hear reminiscing. So if this is like some kind of no contact situation, maybe they're reminiscing on you. But if not, then they maybe could be reminiscing on past memories if you're still in this person's life too. They want to tell you that their feelings for you get deeper and deeper each day, and their love for you awakens each day. It doesn't die out, it just gets stronger. They just feel like you're on the same page. And again, there's a reciprocal kind of energy here between your feelings. This is going to sound really strange, but they feel like you're one. rather than two individual people. Okay, so they feel some kind of unity with you. They feel like they feel your feelings, they understand you deeply, and you understand them deeply. They want to explore the hidden parts of you and you them. And they want to let you into their secrets or their own world in some way. I'm hearing my heart bleeds for you. You loop on their head like a song on loop. Like a song that is playing over and over again. You're kind of like that to them. Regardless of what the thoughts are, I feel like you're always looping on their head. You're always in the back of their mind. So they're always thinking of you. Like, for example, let's say they know that you guys are going to have lunch together. Now they're thinking about what you guys are going to eat together. And it's kind of like you're always in the back of their mind. I feel there's two peas in a pod energy where we're always together. We're always spending time around each other. So we're always thinking about like what we're going to do next with that person. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Just like these daily thoughts about you that continue each day. Like, oh, I wonder what we're going to do tonight. Or that kind of feeling here is coming through. They don't want to play games either. And they don't think anyone is more so... How do I say this? From this person's perspective, no one is necessarily better than anybody else. Like, no one is necessarily above anybody else, which is true. Like, we're all equal to each other. They see it as, I'm not the prize, you're not the prize. We are both, like, enjoying this connection together. There's this mutual trust, mutual respect. Not that one person has to chase after the other. Does that make sense? So I feel like from this person's perspective, they're seeing it that way, which is an interesting perspective because I know a lot of people view it differently where they're like, oh, I'm the prize, which there's nothing wrong with because I've had that mindset before, but this person's perspective is very different. So that's what's coming through from their thoughts. They hope that you feel their love for you and never doubt in it. So we have Cancer, Pisces, Libra and Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and I want to say Capricorn. So initials, I'm seeing the initial H, S, C, E, K, N, L, P, B, and D. So that is all I have for you, pile number 2s. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of this reading down in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Hi there, pile 3. If you chose the fairy crystal with the 5 of swords reversed, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what's really got them in their head about you. Please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then you can find all my details in the description box below. So when I tapped into the energy, I'm feeling some sense of paranoia from this person about you. I feel into their regrets as well. So they may have some regrets about how things played out between the two of you. They're wondering if things are truly over for good. Regardless of if this is platonic or romantic, they're just wondering if it's over for good. And again, there's something here about them wishing they handled things differently than what actually went down. Like their expectations of what was going to happen between the two of you and reality are two different things, and they're obsessing over that. They can't accept how things have changed in your connection for the worse, and they can't accept the state of your current connection, because I feel like most of you have distanced yourself from this person or stopped speaking to this person, like, period. Maybe some of you even blocked this person. Because the Five of Swords reverse makes me feel like this person has lost access to you in some way. And I see a lot of ruminating thoughts from them. So keep this person in mind while I shuffle. It just helps me get their energy specifically. So what has really got them in their head, Spirit Guides of Power? 3. What has really got them in their head? I also feel some lustful thoughts. This is going to sound really weird, but this is just an intuitive message I feel. And know. It's not like a vision I'm seeing, but it's just something I feel and know. So I feel like this person is playing with themselves in some way. Because I feel like a lot of sexual energy from them. And I feel them fantasizing about you and playing with themselves in some way. Let me just say that. I don't know if that's bad or good. If you guys would want that. Of course, this would have to be romantic or sexual for that message to resonate. So we have the Lovers in reverse. We have the Six of Pentacles reverse. We have the King of Swords. The Hermit. As well as the Eight of Swords showing up reverse. And at the back of the deck, we have the Magician with the Nine of Cups showing up. So the Nine of Cups popping up with that, I mean. So this person is definitely thinking about what they wanted out of this connection. They feel out of control. I almost feel a little bit nauseous in their energy. And when I feel nauseous in a reading, I sometimes take that as bad energy. Because the way I see it is when we get nauseous, something in us wants to almost be purged out. Let's say I eat something bad and I get nauseous. Same thing with energy. I'm reading it that way, where I see it as like a spiritual ick, where my body isn't reacting well to their energy. And it could be because their energy is quite low vibrational in some way. It doesn't always mean their energy is bad, but it could just mean their energy is low vibrational or more negative in nature. Because as a psychic, as someone that can read energy, you know, we do get affected by the energy we read. So that's just what I feel instantly from this person. I feel lots of regret here. I feel insecurities from them attached to the regret. So when they're looking at their past regrets of what they did wrong or what they didn't do that they maybe regret not doing, it makes them feel insecure. And then it triggers feelings within them where they start to look at themselves in a certain light with shame. I see someone like, you know, when you make a mistake or you do something wrong and you're like hitting yourself on the head, not like hard, but then you're like, oh, I'm so stupid. Why did I do this? I see them like talking to themselves like that. That's what I see in my mind's eye. And I see them kind of like looking back and maybe past mistakes or past, I don't know if I'd call it a mistake. They're looking at it as a mistake. I'm seeing it as a choice with the Lovers. I don't feel like they're fully ready to take responsibility because they're calling it a mistake when it was a choice or a repeated choice that was made over and over again. I do feel like they were petty with you. They did things they did or said things they didn't mean. And it offended you. Or you both offended each other. In the end, no one won this argument. There's like a strong energy of drama or a strong issue between the two of you that played out that could have led to the downfall of your relationship. And again, they feel out of control because they never got the outcome they wanted with you. They felt like their expectations weren't met. Their expectations of where they saw this connection going, it wasn't met. They're kind of throwing an adult tantrum because of that. As I say that, I'm literally like, the reason I'm saying that is because as I finished that sentence, I saw someone having an adult tantrum in my mind's eye. like stomping on something and, you know. Anyways, I feel like there's something about this person wanting to gain access to you again, or apologize, or right past wrongs. But there is some kind of excessive pride, I feel here, but also fears from their side that's stopping them from reaching out. But there could also be blocks in place that prevent them from reaching out. Like, let's say you block them, or let's say you said, I don't want to see you again, I don't want to speak to you again. There's some kind of like boundary here or limitation where I don't have access to you anymore. And that's what's really got them obsessing in their head and stuck in rumination. But they're also afraid of rejection. They feel very shameful. They want to make peace, but their pride is getting in the way. They want to apologize, admit they were wrong in the situation, but they never want to admit defeat or admit where they were wrong, because this person has excessive pride. This connection may have ended on unclear or bitter terms, involving harsh words, miscommunication, or a mental game, and even pettiness, like I said before, games. This energy of you hurt me, so I hurt you back, and then the cycle continues, and then it eventually leads to a stop where both parties are feeling hurt, confused, and betrayed. So, yeah, you guys didn't end on good terms at all, and they wonder if you would ever forgive them, if they had to reach out and apologize or want to make things right with you, would you ever forgive them and let them back into your life, or would you just say, I forgive you, and never talk to them again? They feel kind of isolated and lonely. They feel all alone, and they feel like they want to free themselves of the guilt and the pain. And the only way they can do that is by apologizing and making things right with you, and by getting their closure, because they feel like they never got closure here fully. And at the time, they didn't need it because they were kind of letting their fears and their angers take over, to the point where that negativity took over and they weren't looking at it in an emotional sense at the time because they were still angry. But now that the anger has disappeared, they're just left with the regret of what they did and said that was so wrong to you. Out of a place of anger, they regret reacting to their emotions and letting their emotions get the better of them. And again, I see them looking at themselves with shame because maybe they weren't honest or vulnerable, because of maybe things they said or did that they perceive go against their value system. Okay, so it's affecting their own self-worth and self-perception. You've become a what-if loop in their head, especially regarding unfinished emotional business they feel they have with you. They wonder if you're still mad at them or not, or if your feelings have kind of been put to the side as well. So what they want to reveal to you is that they messed up. Insecurities are playing on their mind, guilt tripping them in some way, that maybe they're not fully ready to take responsibility and ownership, and maybe they're a little bit embarrassed to admit where they went wrong, but they want to apologize and be honest, and they want to ask for forgiveness or at least understanding and say their side of the story. They might almost people please a little bit while they do that, and they might withhold some of their feelings. I don't know why. I just feel that if they had to like reveal these things to you, they would withhold some of their feelings. Even if you don't reconcile, they desperately just like want peace of mind. They feel like they need your forgiveness to move on from this. They feel like they need this to feel free again. It's not that they necessarily need your forgiveness, but I think that they need to take accountability and grow past this and forgive themselves as well. Although this person is sorry, they still kind of feel a little bit stubborn, in the sense where Like I said, they won't admit where they went wrong, even if they want to. One part of them is shameful of past behaviors, but another part of them that is a lot pettier in nature would do it all over again. So, in terms of if they're really sorry, I'd say they're about 80% sorry. 20% of them would do it all over again. If I'm going to just be completely honest with you guys. So they're mentally replaying your last conversation over and over. That's what I see. They have become self-aware of their own issues and how they may have negatively impacted this relationship. And yes, while it may take two to tango, they did contribute to the fall of this relationship in some way, shape, or form. And I think that the first step for them is taking responsibility for that, accepting it, forgiving themselves, communicating with you maybe, and learning from past behaviors. Because it doesn't help we're self-aware and we know what we're doing and we continue doing that. Get what I mean? So it is the first step. It's good that this person has found awareness. A lot of people, you know, stay stuck in karmic cycles and never find awareness. So that's the first step. That's a huge sign of progress, right? But they need to actually do the inner work to move past this. They think they need your closure, but they really just need to grow. Okay? I don't think an apology would be bad. I think it would do both of you well, but they're kind of externalizing what they need. They think they need the closure from you, but it's not necessarily the case. So I'm seeing Gemini, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm hearing the word lust now. So yeah, they could still be lusting after you if this was romantic. They still could have feelings for you, but pretend they don't with the Lovers reverse. That's just what I feel intuitively. They also feel like they've been selfish in the past, which they do regret. They feel like they've become wiser. They've maybe grown a little bit. I don't feel like they've grown fully, but they have grown a little bit. They wonder if you've forgotten about them, if you've moved on with your life, or if you still care. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups in my mind's eye, so maybe there's a part of them that wants a new start, but I'm also seeing a black hole. There's a void within them. And I feel like because they have their nose in your business a lot of the times, because I see them watching you on social media, being in your business, it's kind of like, these thoughts are like a black hole, if I had to describe it metaphorically. Like once they go in this thought, they never come out. Right? So that's kind of what I'm getting from their thoughts. It binds them to you in some way. Where once they start thinking about you, it's hard to stop ruminating and obsessing and get out of that loop, right? For Pal 2, they had like a thought loop that was more positive. This is more of a negative thought loop of rumination and kind of like how I said before, it feels like a black hole in some way. I keep hearing they want to people please you. Maybe not consciously, but subconsciously. And they're hoping that the sweetness you once gave them is still within you. They hope that you haven't like lost your soft spot for this person that you once had. I'm hearing beg for your forgiveness now. So that's very interesting. They also want to give you some kind of commitment or communication here. And they want to be clear. They want to clear things up with you. So I'm also seeing Aries energy. Did I mention signs earlier? I think I did. Gemini, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn, and then Aries. I'm getting Gemini energy again as I close my eyes. I'm also getting 12th house energy, Mars energy, which is Aries and Scorpio, and I'm getting fire sign energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So that is all I have for you. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention initials. I was about to end your reading by accident, but then I forgot the initials. So I'm seeing the initial H and I, which makes me think of hi. So maybe this person wants to greet you. The initial S is coming through. B, P, E, P again, W, F, T, the number 7, K, N, V, and C. So those are the initials I have channeled for you. Let me know what you thought of this reading down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.